everyone. Okay, so this video is going to be about this bar right here. Okay, this is our kind of home organization bar. This is our main source of how we get things done with all of our shortcuts. And I find that the default one is not that fantastic with the layout. So as you're getting more familiar with the hub and as you're kind of able to do different things, what you want to do is you really want to go through this bar here and see what's here. So a lot of the class tools folder here actually hides a lot of really important stuff. So if you click on it here, you can see there's a quizzes option, there's a discussion option, there's rubrics, checklists, groups, even shortcuts to MS Teams and Google Apps. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff in here that's actually really useful. But the problem is no one's really opening up the folder to use it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to change your bar at the top. And if you change your bar as the teacher, it will change the student's bar as well. So anything that you put up here that you use, for example, you can see here, mine might look a little different than yours already because I've got discussions here. Now, in the past, if you wanted to get to discussions, you had to go into class tools and you had to find it. As a student or that's trying to figure this out, they're not necessarily going to open up those folders. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to make anything that you're using in your classroom nice and easy on this taskbar. So as I leave my mouse here, you can see this little gray box appear right here with 3 dots. 3 dots always means more or more actions or showing you something more than what's already there. So I'm going to click on that and I'm going to edit this nav bar. Okay, so nav bar being short for navigation bar. So you can see right here, these are all of the apps that we currently use. Now, if I hover my mouse over one of them, I've got these vertical lines and I've got the cross arrow. This allows me to click and drag and move so that things are exactly where I want them to be. Now, if I don't want something, like for example, I don't want the calendar shortcut. I don't really use it. My kids don't need to get there. It's kind of a useless tool. It's just taking up space. I can just click the X and remove it. Now that you've gotten rid of anything you don't want, now what you're going to do is you're going to add stuff you do want. So you can leave something like class tools here because it's kind of a little bit of everything, or you can add shortcuts outside of that. So if you go to add links, this gives you a pop-up of 97 different things that you can do within the hub. Okay, now out of these 97 things, they are all organized alphabetically. You can search through them if you would like. You can also create custom links. So if you have a blog or a website or anything like that, creating a custom link will allow you to put in the URL. It will allow it to open up a new tab, anything like that. If you want an icon, so if you wanted the book for content, if you wanted, a little icon to link kids to your personal website or blog or anything like that, you can do that. That's all in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to scroll through and you can see there's so many different spaces. If you use book flicks because you want the kids to get there, any kind of class tools, anything like that, it's all in here already. Okay, so I'm going to go through, and this is super easy. I'm going to pick this one right here, HWDSB TV. So this brings us to those videos, and a lot of them are very helpful. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do the instant message tool. So you can see I can select more than one thing at a time. I'm going to hit add. Okay. So as soon as I'm done all this, I can hit save and close, and it will get rid of this. One thing I did forget to mention that as soon as you go to edit anything, you might get a little pop-up that says, do you want to change this or make a copy? You'd never want to change a master copy. You always want to select, make a copy, which is why you can see mine is called HWDSB Default Navigation Bar Copy, because I allowed the hub to create a copy for me, which I can then customize, and I did not change the master one. So I'm going to hit save and close. And as soon as it goes here, you'll notice, okay, my HWDSB TV is here, but what happened to that other one I added? Okay, so that's where this little arrow comes in. There's the instant message down there. So if you really want to keep things simple for the kids, you can only really fit about 8 things up here. That's about it. Once it gets past 8, it goes into a second line. Now you can add as many lines as you want. However, because you have to click on this arrow, most kids are only going to see the first 8 things. So make sure that whatever you click, the first 8 are your most important. And if you ever want to see what your students are viewing, if you click on your name, first option here is view as student, then it switches over and you can see this is exactly what they're going to see. Now, as you notice, the instant messages is here. But I said earlier in the video that whatever you see as the teacher is what the students see. Now this is true because you can see it's the same icons in the same order. The only difference is that the course admin settings one is not there since students are not course admin. So if you did have something like this, I would recommend putting that last just because it's for your use only. Okay, so hopefully this was helpful. I hope you guys are getting into the hub and really getting your hands in there and being able to manipulate things and figure out things a little bit easier. Stay tuned for more videos.